Welcome to the game. No, this is Kerbal Space Program. Let us start as a new game. Please do forgive the frame rate. Normally, I play this at 60 frames a second, but Fraps has decided that today it wants to limit itself to 30. Let's start a new game. Let's do Sandbox, because it's the most fun. Let's pick the NASA flag, because NASA, and let's call it Junglewookie. Space. Start. And what the Sandbox mode essentially does is, hey birds, it unlocks all of the parts and all of the things from the beginning. This is new. Oh yeah, I know what that is. Let's undo that. So yes, this is Kerbal Space Program. It's an interesting game. It's essentially run your own space center, and I love it. I've put 100 and something hours in. I'll put a screenshot in just to prove my worth into the Steam version. I've also probably put double that into the non-Steam version, but we're playing the Steam version because it plays nicest with Fraps. And we've got to decide what we're going to do today. Screw it. I'm going to go to the moon. Moon. Start. I don't claim to be good at Kerbal. I only claim to have lots of experience. Should we go to the moon? Yeah. Moon, propulsion. If I'm being a bit slow, it's because I've lost all my sub-assemblies. If I'm being a bit slow, it's because my Fraps logo is here above the propulsion thing, and that's what I play around with most. Okay, let's do. Oh, I forgot to do the Kerbal standard thing of drag it up as high as possible. High as possible. One of those. Go back to propulsion. I love that engine, but we're going to use the mainsail, and we'll grab some of these. And I'm not going to do asparagus because you really don't need it. I'm not going to do bamboo staging because that's hard, and hard things are not worth doing. Let's just do 4 of them, and we'll strap ruddy grate. Oh, I hate this. There, like so. So they're slightly inside. Undo. I have to build it properly now. This sucks. There you go. That nearly works. No game. But this is not what I asked you to do. There we go. I knew there was a way of doing it. There, and then one of these. And then this here is the price that you would normally have to pay for something like this. Getting into the moon is incredibly expensive. Fortunately, I never really get into the career mode of this because I prefer just sort of messing around, really. Like, I like the career mode, but I'd never play it for a video. It's all very sort of do the same thing quite often. There we go. So now we've got some sort of substructure. Let's pop these here as well. And then here and here. I'm on it. If you've never played Kerbal Space Program, then do. It's pretty wicked. There's lots of stuff to do, and you can have mega amounts of fun just messing about with it, really. You don't have to know what you're doing. I used to play it a lot more than I do. Yes, let's play with these. Because what I used to do was, well, for a while I got incredibly into Kerbal Space Program to the point of I started doing my own delta V calculations, which I don't know if you know what a delta V calculation is, but it's essentially the calculation of the difference in velocity you can get from the fuel and the engines you've got. And once you start doing that, then you know you'll probably put too much time in. Let's move that down. I hope it doesn't mess it up too much because I forgot to do what I wanted to do. Do you like pina colada? Bow, bow, bow. Pop that on there. Because I'm hoping... Ooh, I know what I can do. Is if I put one of these on here. Ha 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 ha. And then I put one of these on the bottom. And then this here. Then I can clip it all in. But also I can put some landing legs on it and some parachutes. Maybe I might be able to get it back to Kerbin. Let's put as many of these as possible. Right. And the same with landing legs. Landy legs. Yeah, like that. Done. It just needs to check the staging, so let's drag it out so I can see the whole thing. Yeah, it looks kind of impressive. So first thing, these fire, then detach, then these detach, and then these... No. Why would I... No, we want these to fire. And then these fire. Okay. I used to play with MacLeod, but then I found out that I was kind of relying on MacLeod to fly rather than using it as a tool. So let's call it Moon Stuff. Moon River. And then we save it and then we launch it. Because lunch. The massive loading times. Now, if you want to know the controls, go to the wiki, because I'm not teaching you this. Ready? And we press T, shift all the way up for that, and then launch. Da 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 da. I put no RCS on there, didn't I? Oh well. No, the rocket's going to be quite loud, and I don't know what the pike balance is going to be like. So, let's have a quick drink. Quick drink over. I've just realised, because I've started again, I've got Jeb back! If you look at the bottom right hand corner, this is Jebediah Kerman. If you've never played Kerbal Space Program, you won't understand how much of a badass this man right here is. But yeah, Jebediah Kerman. And then Bill and Bob. These are the three originals you started with in the... I want to say Alpha. Yeah, because it's in Beta now. In the Alpha, which I also played with. And these are the three that technically, well, I think they've changed it now, but they used to not die. Oh, tits. Let's turn over. This is not going as well as I'd hoped. We need to put some separate ones on there, really. Let's do this. This is essentially me leaning over at 90 degrees. Not 90 degrees, but like 45 degrees to the surface of the Earth. Well, not Earth, but Kerbin. And, okay, let's do it this way a bit. Catch these. Fire this. And the pencil of doom heads towards the moon. Now, if you press M, you get to see the map, and this is your trajectory. You can see right here, this is what's happening. So I'm going to kill it there by pressing X. And then I click here, I add a maneuver, which is essentially a way of planning what you're going to do. And then that should be... let's bring it down a little bit. Alright, so that should be about... Yeah, that'll do. And that'll tell me I need to burn for 41 seconds in 5 minutes. So then I like to do it this way, so I head back into this view. Because I've got 5 minutes, normally you'd use sort of RCS, which is reaction control thrusters, which fires out small amounts of monopropellant. It's all sciencey, wibbly. Stop! Because this is essentially a space pencil, it's pretty much refusing to turn, which is nice. Oh no, we're not physics warping. Okay, so 40, 80, 82, so 60. 1 minute and 22 seconds. That was some quick maths from me, I'm impressed. Okay, so because the computer is essentially stupid, you need to start burning halfway through for it to realise. Alright, so let's start burning now. I've probably done some maths wrong here, but... yes, it's... I did a dumb. You're only supposed to do half of the half, so it was only supposed to be... yeah. Oh well, it'll still work. My delta V isn't that critical currently, so it shouldn't be too bad. It doesn't take that much to get to the moon, surprisingly. Landing on the moon... let's kill it there. Okay, and then we can kill this. And, if you look, we are in a semi-stable orbit. Now, in Kerbal, there is, so you've got Kerbin, you've got the Mun, then you've got Minmus. Then if we go back, you can see we've got these unknown objects, which are the asteroids that have been added in one of the recent updates. Then you've got Eve, and Moho, and Juna, and Drez, and Jewel, and this one out here is Elu, and this one is so hard to get to because it's on a... like, see if you see, look, these are all the planes, and Minmus is on a plane, so we'll set that as the target, and then what we do is at the periaps, which is the lowest point, we start to extend out. Alright, and then a little bit more. Because space, essentially, so that's a 24-second burn. You see what I mean by it doesn't take much to get to the moon. Okay, so if we turn this guy around, like this is a 24-second burn. This is the second most powerful engine, like liquid fuel engine in the game. The first being the giant thing that was added in the asteroid capture NASA missions. See Jebediah punching away. You're doing nothing. This is all mission control, boy. And we're going to get a clue as to when we're going to warp, because that yellow marker was the... oh, I can't remember what they call it, but that's the opposite direction of your velocity. Whereas, so the one with the +3 is the opposite direction, the one that's empty is your actual current trajectory velocity thing. So once the blue thing and the yellow thing line up, that's when we burn. And the pink thing is the direction of your target. Now if you see, they will eventually line up, because objects moving in space. Just stick with that if you don't wanna, if you want to learn more, go look up, oh jeez, slow. If you want to learn more, go and look up orbital dynamics. There we go. So we should have enough fuel to get all the way there, and possibly actually do some burn to slow down before we get to the moon, before we have to switch to the landing engine, which means we may, I've probably been doing this in the wrong view, because, oh jeez, okay, well we can fix that, but for now, that's good. Now all we need to do is kill that, so we can actually see what we're going to do. So yeah, we're going to get a lunar encounter in 4 hours. I'm far too impatient to wait for 4 hours. So this is 1,000 times time warp. So these guys will have been sat here for 4 hours. Now something weird happens, because you will no longer see that we're on this trajectory. We'll change our... yeah, there we go. So this will change. So what we can do now is we can probably... if we go to... this thing either needs more reaction wheels, or it needs some SAS. As you can see, look, the little thing is wiggling. That's because this is one of the few engines that has gimbaling enabled. because that essentially slows us right down. And then gravity. We should probably do some more actually. There we go. Right, now that's bringing us down to a straight fall. That's bringing us down into a straight fall onto the moon. So what we then do is we have a look and see where the moon is. Where's the moon? It's down there. There it is! Hello moon! That's no moon. Oh wait, yes it is. Down. I know this is definitely like the most efficient way of doing it is getting to a point and then doing what's called a suicide burn, where you burn right at the very last second that you've worked out mathematically, and that cancels out all of your velocity. I'm not doing that because suicide burns terrify me. Because if you think this has been, I have no idea how long, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes of me flying this damn thing, I don't want that all to be wasted. So now we do that. And if you see, we will slow down like so. Okay, that's that done. Press G to bring down the landing gear. Press G to bring down the landing gear. Thank you. Now we've got plenty of fuel. That'll now fly down and hit the surface. And this thing's become a lot more maneuverable. Now this engine really doesn't pack the punch that the other engine does. So we really needed to have started burning slightly earlier. There's a lot of people that are on the Kerbal Space Program subreddit, and they do incredible things. Things like, we're not going too bad. This could have picked a better landing spot, but oh god, burn now. There we go. Yeah, so this is the oh my god, we're definitely gonna die moment, because look at the cliff! See if we can't find a better landing spot. That way, that way, that way. But we're now on the moon surface and I'm just being picky. No, 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 no. No. Well, nothing's fallen off. Come on. Come on. I never claimed to be good at this game. Let's bring these landing gear in. My freaky squid thing. Right. Much rolling later. Help! Even more rolling later. Well, these guys seem to be enjoying themselves. Except Bob. Bob looks mildly terrified. I don't know what's happening. Hopefully we'll stop soon. How do I space?